together, including the amazing Escape from New York. This futuristic thriller became famous both for its view of Manhattan as a high-security prison and Russell's portrayal of the protagonist, Snake Plissken, a sociopath with 24 hours to rescue the captive U.S. president. 15 years after Plissken's excellent New York adventure, he's been resurrected by Carpenter and Russell and condemned to visit Los Angeles in a sequel which also reunites them with producer Deborah Hill. But now Russell is a bankable star, so the latest Escape is being funded as a big-budget studio epic. We joined the team as they came to the end of a grueling schedule, 70 nights of shooting complicated, high-octane action sequences.
Action!
John has a unique way of making movies. It's a different world. It's the Escape from New York world. It's the Escape from LA world. It's a world that will never exist.
A man has a mission. He has to go on a journey.
Worldwide!
Changes the world one way or the other.
I've never seen one in person. John and I had talked about doing another movie where we took Snake Plissken into another situation years ago. 10 years ago.
We can tell you.
I suppose that it was a difficult decision to do a sequel in some senses, going back to the old character again. Maybe there was a little bit of fear. You see, I wrote the original screenplay back in 1974, and now we're talking, that was when I was a young kid. And so I probably was worried I couldn't get back into that mindset again.
We talked about it throughout the years, but there really wasn't that special kind of moment that we thought, let's do it, until the real earthquake of, let's see, 93, I guess.
The earthquake struck at 4:30 in the morning local time and lasted about a minute. Residents became refugees in the City of the Angels.
It was so frightening for all of us and for our families that we decided to really pool our resources and make Escape from LA. And we wanted to make it about earthquakes and floods and mudslides and drive-by shootings. We wanted the darkness of LA to be in it.
We put this together because we thought Los Angeles was a city that seemed ripe for a place for Snake to try to get into and get out of.
1, 2, 3!
We're doing to LA what we did to New York in the first one, which is kind of give it a little boost in the butt.
Hey, Don, how's it going tonight?
It's going ducky. Just ducky. You know.
You're going to finish?
I've been praying. Escape from LA is a much bigger film than the original movie, and it's being done by a major studio. And so far, the working relationship has been joyous. We've had a great time. They believe in what we're doing. This is what I would call a tweaked movie. This is not a straight-ahead action film. It's very bizarre. And the head of Paramount, Sherry Lansing, was always a big fan of the original and wanted us to kind of do another one in the same vein. I'd call it cowboy noir.
I'm not a fool, Plissken.
Call me Snake.
It was an accident. About an hour ago, a small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board.
President of what?
That's not funny, Plissken. You go in, find the president, bring him out in 24 hours, and you're a free man.
24 hours, huh?
I'm making you an offer.
Bullshit.
Straight, just like I said.
I'll think about it.
You know, the original Escape from New York cost $7 million. And the making of the first one was, well, it was exciting for us at the time because it was the biggest budget film that we had ever done. We took Manhattan as an island and we made it a very dark world. It was perceived to be ahead of its time. And it got creatively, from critical success, it did very, very well around the world, and it made some money.
Been a while.
They dug the premise and the story, and I think probably most of all in Escape from New York, they dug the main character.
Pliskin? Pliskin, what are you doing?
Playing with myself. I'm going in.
He's the one who carries us through everything. He's the one you want to see. He's such a strange and cool guy.
The character of Snake Plissken is very different. He's a socially unredeemed character, which is very, very rare. Even anti-heroes generally have a socially redeeming quality to them. This character has none. He's a sociopath who is put into a situation. The trick is to try to make the audience feel like they are on his side, or that they pull for him, even though he's sort of the worst of the worst.
We brought along a lot of history of motion pictures with us to create that character. And as I say, Escape from L.A. and Escape from New York, they're cowboy noir. It's a kind of a cross of genres between Western and film noir.
We started shooting December 11th, and it's been really trying because we have 70 nights. People are very, very tired. It's cold. We have sometimes 50 setups, multiple camera. We're shooting 4 cameras at times. We've had a scene with 600 extras, and we're shooting at the Universal backlot right now, and they're having a problem with their neighbors, and we can't shoot guns after 9:30. So we're going to have to add them optically, and it's a real problem.
Background, action.
Well, one of the big advantages is that all the executives are asleep, so they can't really yell at you. No, it's at night you get to create mood, you get to create fantasy. This entire movie is basically a fantasy of the future, a very dark future, and the only way to do it is to really do it at night. We have to deal with various LA icons, is what we're doing. This is the ruins of Disneyland, would be the main square, but it is, the whole thing is facade. And parts of LA are a facade. This is a kind of a peculiar and unique vision of a future in the fact that everybody's bad in it. So I'm really not worried that Escape from LA is derivative of anything. The only thing it may be derivative of is the first film, which it closely resembles in terms of its characters and structure.
This is Escape from LA, Paramount Studios, reference tone set, -18 dB.
That sheen.
I started up pretty high and then come down, you know? Why do you say you really don't need it?
You've been to the ranches. I like the way he makes the movie. I love the process of working with John. It's a great fun time.
Yeah.
He has a way of seeing things through a lens that I find enjoyable to be inside of. I like, I guess, in some ways, carrying out characters that I think in some regard are alter egos of John.
You're gonna have to sleep sometime, McCready.
I'm a real light sleeper, child. Anyone tries to wake me.
Clear. Clear.
Clear.
He's done a lot of different movies. I've worked in a lot of different ones with him, so people tend to forget that he directed Elvis. He's a versatile director, but I think his great strengths lie in movies like, and especially in movies like Escape from New York and Escape from LA.
I love directing, even after 18 movies. It's harder. It's harder for Kurt to go out and do the action scenes just because we're older. We'd rather be home watching basketball.
Look out, guys!
Escape from LA is a title that means something in the marketplace. The fact that it's John Carpenter's Escape from LA means the difference to a studio supporting him and greenlighting the movie and letting him have the creative controls that they've given him on this picture. I think it's the package. I think it's the script, John, Kurt, the whole thing.
Action!
Oh, thank God Almighty. Thank God Almighty. Welcome back, sir.
It's an important movie for other people to judge John by, I think. John and I feel the same way about that. You know, we don't make movies that are less or more important in our lives. We make movies. Some movies are going to be successful, some aren't. We don't judge our movies by their success. We judge them by, number one, how much fun we have doing it, how much pleasure we get out of the process, and number two, by how much pleasure the audience gets out of it.
You gotta smoke. The United States is a no-smoking nation, Pliskin. No smoking, no drinking, no drugs, no women. Unless, of course, you're married. No guns, no foul language, no red meat.
Land of the free.
Cut!
Scorsese's text